Thank to all the aspirants who are watching this video. Now I will put my analysis regarding the CDS first 2023 examination, which was conducted on 16th April 2023. Now coming to the English paper, the paper was a slightly easier side than the last year because I have spoken to a multiple aspirants and himself given multiple attempts in the CDS. So I found the error in English paper. The paper was on a easier side, and I met a guy talking about the attempt. I met a guy who have attempted more than 100 plus, and one more guy who have attempted 120 all the questions in examination paper, and one guy who said that I have attempted 118. So the paper was on a easier side. Now coming up to the certain sections, section specific. Now talking about the error part. In the error part, that I have found that the 5% of the error was 5% of the error was like beyond 5, and who have good command in English, he or she can go beyond 5. So I accept that in the error part, except 3 to 4 question, they required a little bit more understanding and conceptual clarity regarding the error part. So I think it was on a moderate side. Now talking about the passage, like the regarding the tone of the passage, and there are one more question regarding the spiritual freedom, that was on a like on a moderate side, and in the plastic passage was on a easier side that I have found it. Again, this is my analysis. You can analysis can be also different. Now talking to the vocab, now it was the easiest, as most of the vocabs regarding antonym and synonym repeatedly from the previous year, and yes, one or two question in vocab was also but using elimination you can come to 2, but not you can come to the option. Now you have to do a guess work here, so easier side. Now coming to the close test, yes, it was the moderate. I can say moderate. Why it was moderate? Because when you are solving the close test in starting, you read once, I read it once starting from the ending, but could not able to solve it fully in a fully manner, because then I reread it, then I solve it, and furthermore I found it difficult. Now coming to the PQRS, and I think they are the one of the easiest section in the English paper, and using the simple logic they can be solved, and I have solved it using the same method. Now coming to the S1 S6 now, and after analyzing the paper, now the S1 S6 are little bit more comprehensive, and like I will use a brevity. There's comprehensions are reflecting brevity, and I have found it like on a moderate side, like except 1 to 2 question, all the can be a doable if you are having a good presence of mind. So I think that the CDS 1 2023, that I have talked to the multiple person talking about the multiple options. So I think the 60 is the average score, and 60 plus is a good score, and beyond 65 it is a good. So now coming to the GK section, I found it a bit tricky, little on the random side, like you can expect from UPSC. And in the polity sections, questions were there, but they are analytical. So I think the question paper was analytical, and I can vouch for it that if you have not done negative marking, like a more guesses, then you could have scored easily 30 easily without negative marking. And if you have, like now coming to the science section, it was from NCERT, but you have to read between the lines. Those who have given examination get to know that what is the reading between the lines means. Now talking to the science section was reading between the lines, as I've said already about. Now talking to the geography is becoming more changing from more rote learning to using your analyticals and your practical guidance. For example, the question regarding the coastal states, you could have studied these states n number of times, but what about the recalling that and recalling the map of India in that moment, and then doing the question using it? So it was on an analytical side. History was random, but certain question was repeated, like the were in the news, like you can news were in the news, like Ramappa rebellion and the Ahoms, regarding the Ahoms that you have seen in the news in the current time. Now talking about the history section, I have already talked about. Now the maths was tricky. I can say maths was tricky because the trigonometry part, that is becoming a tradition, that it is easier. Now it was not easier. And regarding the arithmetic, the preconceived notion is that the arithmetic is coming easier, so it was not easier. So math paper was difficult, and like scoring 50, having a good accuracy is a good score, and beyond 50, yes, it is a good, best score, I think. Now coming to the in the last but not least, regarding the cutoff. So I think the cutoff will be ranging between the 100 plus minus 5, I can say. And for the IMA, the cutoff will be 135 plus minus 3, and for the AFA, cutoff will be 145 plus minus 3, and the INA, the cutoff will be 125 plus minus 3. So I think these are the cutoffs that you will be seeing after analyzing the previous year cutoff. And now in the end, if you have reached to this part of the video, now coming to the role of the coachings, so-called role of the coaching. So regarding the coachings, I think that they are now becoming on a they are big. There needs to mend their ways. Now coming to the famous channel saying about halwa, about everything. So I think you get to know about halwa. So you can take the genuine input from the people. Like in the comment section, people will write their experiences that they give question of, I will suppose I will give you a 10,000 question. Suppose 40 or 30 question come. So these questions, like what is the probability, like you are doing current affair every month, and in the examination, suppose every month you have current affair and you have to do 6 month current affair minimum, that is minimum. So 6 month every current affair 100 question minimums, every compilation depend upon coaching to coaching. So 600 question, can you do it? Can you recall it in the examination? Is it feasible? Ask yourself, is it feasible that you do current affair? We do current affair as a regular and run behind the magazines and the channels and the lakhs of tons of the materials are uploading, downloading, uploading in your channels, and their SD card is full of that crap. Shit, I can use. Now coming to the next, the role played by the at the last moment by the some channel who do marathon. Marathon to marathon started in the for the fitness and for the race, but now it is the same thing is coming in the field of the examination. I think these things are not going to help for the aspirants. So sticking to the basics, so the mantra will be sticking to the basic source, and then covering the things. So I think these are the basic mantras that you can solve and using the past year papers. So the people who are saying the paper was on a easier side, now talk to a person who have given paper to this. And so this is my analysis. Thank you. Jai Hind. Goodbye.